In the wake of the death of George Floyd, the Portland City Council voted in 2020 to cut roughly $15 million from the police budget. And some of that money was supposed to go to community-based programs, specifically in Portland's Black community.
2 years later, we are finally learning more about where that money's going and how it's being used. Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez dug into the details.
I've been asking the city where that money went for about a year and a half now. Here's the full breakdown on your screen. Take note of the $4.8 million for Portland's street response. That's the biggest reallocation. But there's also $1 million annually that goes to something called the Black Youth Leadership Development Program. It took a while to get an answer about what that actually is, in part because it took some time for these programs to get off the ground. Now we have a better understanding about how the money for that program is being used.
Working on my own, I don't need it now. Hit my phone, it's going straight to the mail.
Inside the Soul Restoration Center on Northeast Killingsworth, there's an energy that radiates. Tonight, the space is hosting an open mic poetry slam.
As soon as you walk in the door, somebody is greeting you. There are places for you to sit. There is things for you to eat.
Dr. S. Renee Mitchell created this space as a place for young members of Portland's Black community to come and feel like they belong.
This space reeks of Blackness, right? They don't get that in other places, and sometimes they don't even get that at home.
The center is funded by money reallocated from the Portland Police Bureau's budget, $1 million annually dedicated to the Black Youth Leadership Development Program.
Is there any goal that money should accomplish?
Always wanting to see youth feeling empowered, knowing their worth and their value.
Dr. L.M. Alayo Foster is president and CEO of the Black United Fund of Oregon, which administers the funding from the city.
We are told so often, people that look like me, that we're not valuable, and this is an opportunity to redirect that narrative.
Redirecting that narrative in this case comes through Dr. Mitchell's programming, RISE, an acronym that stands for Really Inspiring Spaces of Empowerment, spaces like the Soul Restoration Center.
We have the water feature that kind of helps calm you. We have colors. We have art supplies. We have comfortable places to sit.
The space is designed to be trauma-informed, with the realization that Black youth are the most traumatized demographic in the United States.
We have traumatized youth who grow up into be traumatized adults who contribute to a traumatized community. So if we're talking about how do we become a more grounded, healthier community, well, it starts with the young people.
The space has historic roots in Portland's Black community, a former life as the Albina Arts Center in the 1960s, reconnecting Black youth to their elders.
We've had people who came in here when they were in preschool.
The space links Black youth with programming in arts and music and business opportunities, with the idea that once young people realize their value, they can begin to realize their potential. At the same time, the space focuses on healing hurt people, with the hopes that they'll be less likely to hurt someone else.
Do you anticipate that there will be potentially an impact, potentially reducing gun violence the more people have access to programs like this?
Absolutely. Because when you see value in yourself, you don't look to violence as your first solution.
It's a belief that we are capable of more, that we're deserving of more, and that we will become more.
So that's the initial investment in Black youth leadership. The idea is that that program will grow and allow young Black Portlanders to start their own organizations that provide outreach to other youth. Now, if we go back to the total funds reallocated from the Police Bureau, there are some $1.8 million allocated to what they call a community-led reinvestment initiative. We're still working on getting answers to where that money is going. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.